So this is a short video about the update on KwikJet X v2. So that's the whole boat. We now have heated inserts in here and in here, so there's no longer any screw wear on the plastic parts. Then for the pump, we have reduced some material, but you can't really see that. Adds to overall stability. We have threaded inserts in here and in here, so that's way more easy to mount than before. Also more reliable. Then we have our trim tabs. Those will be adjustable in the future. Those are just the first variations, and we'll also release all dimensions so you guys can adapt them to your likings. The spot for the right fins. Then on the other side, we've added this pattern, which at least in theory should increase the maximum speed or reduce the drag, and therefore we should achieve more speed, hopefully. We also have one threaded insert in here. Please focus. Yeah, so that's better than before. We have none on this side. So this part right here is just too tiny to have a heated insert in there. So the way you mount this, I don't have a nozzle right now. I'm still developing a new one. So the screw on top here will be a loose fit, and in the nozzle it will be a fixed fit. So for this part here, you don't need to have any concerns about the wear on the plastic part. And on the bottom here, you can just tighten the screw fully and the nozzle will be held in place. So yeah, that works brilliant. We are still missing the intake grate. Overall the hull, sorry, I did sand the whole surface here, but yeah, it doesn't look this pretty. All corners are a bit more round. Also the strakes are now a bit rounded, so that increases print speed a tiny bit, but the biggest improvement is that the adhesion on the plate is greatly enhanced, because you don't have all these sharp corners. I think this is one of the most important upgrades here. I've got a cheap Surpass Hobby motor, 40mm diameter, which will sit in there. You know the position. It's the usual stuff. So yeah, but we now support motors up to 40mm. In theory, we would support motors up to 48mm, but that includes the water cooling. So if you don't install the water cooling, you could go for a bigger motor. Or if your water cooling is small enough to actually fit between these parts, it works. Or if it's smaller, but this is already pretty small for this size of motor, so I think it's best to go with 40mm, but this should give plenty of torque in comparison to the original 36mm. So that's another improvement. And over here, I have some test runs of the new impeller. This impeller isn't quite a part of KwikJet X v2. It's mostly a part of a new product which will be released hopefully shortly after v2. I'm aiming for, let's say, next 2 weeks should be the release. I'm not 100% sure on the release because I'm still missing some parts and it's hard to get them this quickly, but I will do my best in order to get them fast. So for example, I still have one servo. I don't know about the others, but I also want to test some new ones, and I forgot to order them, so I still need to do that. Yeah, but Also, I'm just seeing that you see the brass tube water cooling version here. So there will be two versions. This version will come with brass water cooling tubes. There's no printed cooling nipple, so you can actually just insert a brass tube in there, and this is much more reliable than the printed ones, as the printed ones, if you are, well, not so gentle with the printed part, it will obviously crack. And also, probably can't see that, but we have some improvements here, because previously we had some water leaks coming through the steering rods. So now we have some little chamber which actually deals as grease reservoir, so you can insert some grease there, and this will hopefully completely seal the steering rods. So back to the impellers. Yeah, those are sanded. Is this? Yes, that's one. That one is sanded. This one as well. You can see some issues. So these were one of the first ones I printed. This as well. So they were all printed like that. This is a terrible one. Lots of support. Yeah, how can you call this? You just can't see the support stuff there. It's also not sanded, not cleaned probably, so yeah. And this should be the latest version. Yeah, that's the latest version. Or let's correct this, one of the more recent versions. So I have some issues with probably a light through effect, which means that when I print these parts, they're orientated like this. The UV light probably gets through there and hardens some resin on the underside, which is kind of annoying. We also have some layer lines, but they are gone in previous, in the prints I did after this print. So this is previous model to the one I've printed right now, but they're still lying around the printer area. I don't have them right now. So that's the current version. You've seen them. These will probably or hopefully also available once I release the KwikJet X V2. So I have decided to implement those impellers on the on this version of the pump. So they come right in here. You know that. By the way, there's also missing the stator. Like before, that's a separate part if you want. But these impellers will definitely be available sometime, printed from me, shipped to you. So I'm aiming at like, I don't know, $5 for them. Because if I have any issues with the support or some layer lines and I need to sand them, that's quite a lot of work. So I think $5 is around a sweet spot, plus shipping costs. But yeah, I think they're definitely worth it. And yeah, so that's the update. I hope that I can release the whole stuff in 2 weeks. I don't want to promise it because, there's always something that comes in between the engineering project and your life. So yeah, that's the update. I hope you enjoyed this new video on our boat. So please stay tuned until the final release, or probably I will be doing some videos to give another update. I will for sure upload a bunch of videos once it's running. So I hope that's working on Monday. I'm aiming to make a first run on Monday or Tuesday, so in 2 to 3 days. with only one servo, no cover here, but that's a production test. So that's just a test unit, not production test, not yet. Oops, I teased something. But yeah, this is a test unit, so I don't give a fuck if the cover is on there. I don't care. If water gets in there, it's just testing.